Shabbat Shalom. Welcome. Right, I bring you a Shabbat message today. In the times of the scriptures, believers, followers, were allowed to come under trials. Even Yahushua was put through trials on the gallows cross, but he succeeded with great victory. Even put through testing in the desert. So the message of today is trials, and by signs, and by wonders, and by battle, by a strong hand and an outstretched arm, and by great fearsome deeds. For if you remember in the times of Leob, we see that he was tested, put through trials, spoke of signs and wonders he had. So Leob, or you may know as Job, 1:3, and his possessions were 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, and 5,000 yoke of oxen, 500 female donkeys, and a very large body of servants. So this man was the greatest of all the people of the east. You see in verse 5 that Leob was concerned that his sons may have sinned and cursed Elohim in their hearts. So when they presented themselves before Yahweh, and Satan tagged along, so Yahweh said, and Yahweh said to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Leob, that there is none like him on the earth, a perfect and straight man, one who fears Elohim and turns aside from evil?" So Satan replies, and Satan answers Yahweh and said, "Is Leob fearing Elohim for naught? Have you not made a hedge around him and around his household and around all that he has on every side? You have blessed the works of his hands, and his possessions have increased in the land. But stretch out your hand, please, and strike all that he has, if he would not curse you to your face." And Yahweh said to Satan, "See, all that he has is in your hand, only do not lay a hand on himself." And Satan went out from the presence of Yahweh. So as you can see, Yahweh will allow us to be tested and put through trials to satisfy Satan. Then no matter what hardship we encountered, we will not curse Yahweh and blame Yahweh for this. For as you see with Yahweh will state our case before the enemy of our faith, loyalty, honour, to prove that no matter what the situation, we stand victorious. Never let Satan dictate where your salvation lies. Always give praise and honour to Yahweh, Yahushua, no matter what you may be facing. 1:20. Then Leob rose up and tore his robe and shaved his head and fell to the ground and did obstinence. And he said, "Naked I come from my mother's womb, and naked I return there. Yahweh has given, and Yahweh has taken away. Blessed be the name of Yahweh." So as you see, even though he was obviously starting to go under a trial here, the first thing he thought of was, naked I come from my mother's womb, and naked I return there. Yahweh has given, and Yahweh has taken away. Blessed be the name of Yahweh. So he never denied him to his face, The problem today is many claim to be honouring the Father, but with their many name statements, or their G knows my heart, they are not obeying Scripture, so have a false salvation. We are told to hold firm to the teachings of Scripture and obey it, but if you're not even obeying the third command, how does one expect salvation? I've heard one say, "My name is in the book of life." Really? When you don't obey Scripture or the third commandment? Question. That makes me question things. 2 Moshe 27. Third command. Satan is for whom? For the ones who are not a child. You would take away the name of Yahweh of the ones, not of the mighty one of Aaron, the light bringer. 2 Moshe 32. The one making that name from Israel be for corruption, of vanity. Since Satan is for whom perdition or Avedome cleanses off one of Yahweh, Yahweh is not of the one taking it away. For the one's not a child, and the name is of the Son, Yahweh Yahushua. That away from Israel is for corruption or vanity. Strong 7723, translated here for corruption, also encompasses all of the following meanings: to ruin, for evil, for guile, for idolatry or vanity, to uselessness, and to falseness. 5 Moshe 4:34. Or has Elohim tried to go and take for himself a nation from the midst of a nation by trials, and by signs, and by wonders, and by battle, and by a strong hand and an outstretched arm, and by great fearsome deeds, according to all that Yahweh your Elohim did for you in Mitzrayim before your eyes? So obviously he was talking to he was talking to those that come out of Egypt here, but obviously I'm just sharing these for different obviously revelations of the scripture where obviously these things had happened. So continued on, 5 Moshe 7:19. The great trials which your eyes saw, and the signs and the wonders, the strong hand and the outstretched arm by which Yahweh your Elohim brought you out, Yahweh your Elohim does so to all the people of whom you were afraid. 5 Moshe 29:3-4. Your eyes saw the great trials, the signs, and those great wonders, but Yahweh has not given you a heart to know, and eyes to see, and ears to hear till this day. So that was speaking obviously of these days, of the last days. This is what the Ruach, the Ruach HaKodesh has revealed to me, that these were speaking of the last days. And obviously after they had been brought out of Egypt as well, I was talking to them at the time, but it's also talking to us of these last days. So how hierarchy is determined in the kingdom. Lakwa 22:24-30. And there was also a quarrel among them, this which of them was thought to be greater. And Yahushua said to them, the king of the heathen masses rule over them, and those controlling them are called philanthropists. Yet ye are not thus. Instead, the great one among you must become as the least, and the leader as the attendant. For which is greater, he who reclines to eat, or he who attends? Isn't he who reclines to eat greater? But I am within your midst as an attendant. Yet ye are those who have continued with me during my provings. And I set apart for you, just as my Father set apart for me, a reign, in order that ye may eat and may drink at my table within my kingdom, and may sit on thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Deeds of the Delegates, or you'll know as Acts 20:19. Bond-serving Yahweh with all humility and many tears and trials which befell me by the plots of Yehuphim. Yaakov, or you may know as James, 1:2-20. Deem it all joy, my brethren, when ye land among various trials. Recognize that the approval of your fidelity accomplishes steadfastness for you. And let steadfastness have its work complete, in order that ye may be resolute and complete, lacking in nothing. Yet if any one of you may lack wisdom, let him ask it from the mighty ones, who gives freely to all those who ask, and does not reproach, and it shall be given to him. Also seen in Proverbs 17:28. But let him ask in certainty, not ever hesitating, but he who hesitates is like a wave of the sea, being driven by the wind and being tossed. And let that son of Apham not suppose that he shall receive anything from Yahweh. An ambivalent man is inconsistent in all of his ways. Yet let the humiliated brother rejoice within his elevation, but the rich within his humiliation, because the riches, will pass away like the grass's flower. For the luminary orb rose up together with its scorching glare, and dried up the grass, and its flower fell, and the conspicuousness of its aspect was fully destroyed. Conspicuousness of its aspect was fully destroyed. Thus also the rich within his career shall be withered. Endure testing, but testing others is not from Yahweh. Happy is the man who endures testing, because he has been proven. He shall receive the crown of life, which Yahweh promises to those who effectually love him. Let no one being tested say, I am being tested by Yahweh, for Yahweh does not test with evil, and he does not test a man. Yet each one is to be tested by his own lust, being drawn away and being allured. Then if the lust has conceived, it gives birth to sin. And the sin, when it has been consummated, brings forth death. Do not be misled, by beloved brothers. Every good act of giving and every perfect bestowment is from above, coming down from the Father of the lights, with whom there is no fickleness, nor even a shadow of turning. Now it's got here not. It is he who, having willed it, bred us forth with the true word Yahushua, for us to be the first ones of his creatures. Thus also, my beloved brothers, let every man be swift for the hearing, slow for the speaking, and slow to wrath. For a man's wrath does not accomplish Yahweh's justice. 1 Keph 6-9. Wherein you will jump for joy forever. For it is necessary just now to be put to grief for a little while by various trials, in order that the proof testing of ye, of the belief, through being proved through fire, might be found much more precious than refined gold, for praise and esteem and honour at the disclosure of Yahushua the Deliverer, whom not having seen ye do effectually love, and for whom right now not seeing, yet believing, ye jump for joy with unspeakable joy, so ye might be honoured. When ye have proved the purpose of your fidelity, or the deliverance of your lives. Footnote number 3 here. Nefesh means animus of our bodies, or animation, which contains our identity. This means the survival of the remnant of Israel through the six-sealed judgment of Israel, the house of the power, including Christianity, at the great and awesome day of Yahweh. The establishment's rendition of Nefesh as eternally undenying does not take into account that it survives its body's death to be undressed. We have translated Nefesh as self nearly always in this translation, which is obviously in the PSR, if you understand where I'm reading this, where the scriptures come from. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was another very big, long, lengthy message for the Shabbat today, but it was a message of purpose and a message of meaning. So I hope you enjoyed this. May you be blessed. May you have shalom, peace, completeness, reconciliation. Bye for now.